Hey everyone, it's Angela from Essence Salon and Sanctuary in London, Ontario. And today I'm here with Megan and Bella to talk about apprenticeships. Both of these two ladies are in their apprenticeship right now at different points. And I just thought it would be nice to kind of give you insight into what it's like to begin the journey of a hairstylist. So let's start with Megan. Let's start with, why did you choose this industry?
I would say, I love making people feel like beautiful and like leave the salon feeling happy, and also I just can't see myself doing anything else. I don't know. Yeah, I just love being creative as well.
Yeah. Bella?
I'd say I chose it mostly for the creative side, like cutting hair, coloring hair, and all of that. And I'd say like that's probably the biggest reason why.
Yeah, I agree. Most of the hairdressers out there have creative brain. And I know most of us have like ADHD, so not all of us, but I don't think I have ADHD.
Or tendencies at least.
But like yeah, we have that hyper active part to us. But we always want, like most people that say they've got into this profession because they wanted people to feel beautiful, feel confident, and we had the power to give them that. And that's what makes us happy. So when you say you can't see yourself doing anything else, I feel like it comes down to that, right? Because maybe it's like a little bit of a selfish thing or a little bit of a powerful thing within us to make people feel good, right? So then we feel good. Yeah, absolutely. So let's just talk about your journey into hairstyling. So when you wanted to become a hairstylist, did you go right out of high school or did you do something else first?
No, so I graduated high school in 2020, so it was COVID. So it was kind of hard on all of us, of course. So I took 3 years off in between, and then I went into hair school. I wanted to make sure that I wanted to do it. I really didn't know what to expect. Everyone kept asking me, are you excited for hair school? And I was like, I don't know what to expect. And then just fell in love with it, met lots of friends, and been in my apprenticeship for a year and a half. Kind of in between a year and a half and 2 years.
Yeah. How about you, Bella?
I graduated high school in 2023, and then I took about a year off, I think, maybe 2, can't really remember, and then I was like cold calling salons to see if they would hire anyone that's never been to school, and they were my second call, and they ended up answering, and they invited me in for an interview, and they invited me to work with them 2 days a week, and yeah, it's kind of where it started. And now I'm going to hair school in September, so I'm really excited for that. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, that just lets you know that there are different ways you can approach it. I will say the way Bella did it is very hard. She is lucky that that she called here because we are a training salon, which I don't even know that you knew.
No, I didn't, and they only hire apprentices too, which is cool.
So that's the other thing. We only hire apprentices, so she got second call was a good call. However, we didn't say yes on the phone. We did, of course, had an interview with you, and we weren't sure what we wanted to do because we also knew that we needed someone a little faster to be on the floor. So, but when we met you and chatted with you and saw your passion and everything, we decided that we had to keep you. So we gave you 2 days a week.
Yes.
And at the very same time that all going on, we interviewed Megan.
2 weeks later or something like that.
Yeah. So, and then you were the fit that we needed, that we were looking for. You just happened to come along at the right time, right place, and convinced us that, you were going to do wonderful things. So, you did too, by the way, because, we don't hire everybody that walks in the door. We can't, as much as, there's apprentices knocking on the door all the time. We can't hire everybody. So, but yeah, so Megan, I know that you worked somewhere else previous to us. And for yourself, do you feel like you were looking for something more because of education, or what was important to you? Why did you come to us?
The reason I decided to make the switch, I mean, I love my last salon. People were great there. I just wasn't learning enough. It wasn't an educational salon, and I felt just like kind of on my own. Whereas like when you're starting your apprenticeship, as you know, you should have someone to ask, and you actually have to legally have somebody with you to help you until you're licensed.
Yes, absolutely.
So, definitely the educational part of it.
Yeah. Our profession is a trade, just like every other trade. So when you get your full license for a hairdresser, you are a journeyman, just like a welder or just like a mechanic. You know, you're a journeyman. And because of that, we have to work with the apprentices, which we chose to do all the time. But so as an apprentice, you have to have one journeyman to you. So just in case, right? The honest truth is a haircut is a haircut, and you could screw it up and that would suck. But when you work with chemicals like we do, that's where it comes into play the most. Because if you do something incredibly, you could burn someone, right? From lightener on their scalp, or you could, like, we've never had any problems, you know, but it could happen. So that's why it's important as an apprentice that you have a person who is licensed with you. And absolutely also for support, right? Like, how hard is that to be on your own? Like,
extremely.
I think I heard somewhere along the way from one of the apprentices that applied here that the school had told her that she should rent a chair. And I'm like, how do you rent a chair when you're an apprentice, though?
Well, you don't really know much.
Yeah,
You're
and
always learning. I feel like even like a year and a half in, I still have so much to learn.
You're always learning in this profession, which is also a good thing about it. But I'm like, what? Like, how? You don't even have a clientele to pay the chair right. So I'm just like, that's confusing to me. I feel sorry that she heard that. I don't know that the teacher necessarily said that. You know, sometimes we hear things, as we have to clarify. But I'm just like, that's not a good idea for apprentices. You still have a lot to learn. School is pretty much the basics, right? They teach you a lot, and they teach you the basics. They teach you how to, you know, cut basic forms. They teach you how to style curl hair, perms. There's a lot to perms when you get into the theory of it. They teach you a lot of theory. But that's the first step. And then there's so much more to get to, right? So, what would be your advice to somebody that's looking to be an apprentice or to go to hair school?
I would say just like take your time and don't stress. It's definitely a journey. I feel like there's no point in stressing about it because you're gonna end up where you're gonna end up anyway, and just kind of go through the motions. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
And enjoy it too. Don't forget to enjoy.
Always enjoy the journey, because the journey is most of it. I told you that once too. What about you? What would your advice be for someone that thought they might want to go into hair?
I don't know, maybe just have fun with it, because it is a really fun, like, career option, and learning's really fun, and I'm excited for school, like, all the people I'll meet and stuff, so yeah, just have fun with it.
Yeah. I think it's important to remember as well, co-ops in high school would help you, right? Because it is a fun profession, but there's a lot of work to it, more than people understand. It's not just cutting hair, not just coloring hair, right? There's a lot to it. So if you go in for a co-op, you might be able to understand a lot more. I mean, there's cleaning.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun.
It's not all glamorous.
No, we call them dishes, but we have to wash, you know, the combs, the brushes, the bowls, of course, all that stuff. We have to keep the salon clean.
Doing math.
We have to do math. We have to do chemistry. We have to do all these things. So it's not just hair, right? It's a lot of things. Customer service, that's a big one. So a co-op will open your eyes to what a salon is. And I think a co-op is a great idea, or if you did hair school, but you're just doing hair, right? You don't do guess or anything.
In hair school, no, we did do guests.
In hair school, but in high school.
Oh, high school?
no.
I don't think you
No,
do
no
guests.
guests.
You just
Do your
work on
friends.
friends.
Okay. So in that case, it would be like give you a taste of what maybe you will do, but it's not going to give you a taste of a salon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, co-op in high school would be good. That's what I would suggest to start with. And then, you know, research schools. Bella just went through that. Did you research schools when you went?
I did. I mean, I actually was signed up for Beauty Academy.
Mhm.
But then I moved, so I just went to the Woodstock campus for Fanshawe. But yeah.
Yeah. So there are different ways to go to school. There's part-time, there's full-time, there's through like an institution like Fanshawe College, or a like 10-month course like Beauty Academy, like they were just talking about.
Or even like through Skilled Trades Ontario.
Yeah.
It's very confusing, but I mean, it is an option.
True. So yes, you were just offered level 1. So there's level 1 and level 2 through Skilled Trades, but you'd have to go to Toronto.
Yeah.
So there's that too, because we're about 2 hours away from Toronto. So, you know, you got to weigh your options, what works best for you, best for your life, best for your money situation, right? Hair school is really not that cheap. No school is really that cheap. So yeah, definitely research the school that works best for you. Chat with people that have been, chat with the school, and then make your decision. And then, you know, go through school, pay attention, do the best you can. And then you get out, and then you have to find an apprenticeship. So I'm not going to talk to you because you kind of went in a reverse way. But for you, how did you find your first salon?
So I was living in a small town, and my neighbor actually, when I was first starting hair school, she told me that one of her best friends was opening a salon in the town that I lived in, and basically said like, you have a spot whenever you are done school.
Okay.
So I got hired like right out of school.
Nice.
I think I started in September, and I like finished school, graduated in August.
Okay.
So
Okay. So not so hard.
not so hard, but that's not. I've heard it's been really hard for some of the people I went to school with.
Yeah.
Some people never actually got a job. So
Right. Yeah. So I think probably the hardest thing to do is find an apprenticeship. And it works two ways. The first way is from the salon's point of view. So the salon's point of view is it is a lot of work and it's a lot of money to hire an apprentice because you're automatically paying them minimum wage. They don't have a clientele. And even if you had one to give them, it still takes time to finesse your skills and education. So usually it's time, energy, money, all that stuff to hire an apprentice. From the other point of view, from the apprentice point of view, you don't want to just go anywhere because you could end up in a very bad place. I know quite a few hairdressers that ended up in a bad place at the beginning because you just want a job. You just want to do
You don't know
it.
what to expect either. You don't know how to even be choosy.
No.
You're allowed to, but you don't even know what to look for.
It's true.
So.
Because you just want to get in it so bad, right? So my first job as an apprentice, I got a job at a hair school too. I started just the weekend after I graduated because the dean actually used to work at that salon and she recommended me, which I was all like, woohoo, look at me, right? I'm so good. No. Yeah, it was crap. I was the shampoo girl for a year and a half. They had a back room that had shampoos in it, and I was good at my job, but I wasn't even allowed out of that room. So I couldn't even watch people. I couldn't ask questions because they were all cutting up front and doing stuff. So there came a point in time where I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I want to be a hairdresser. It's been a year and a half. Like I'm kind of losing my stuff now, right? So I asked them if I could go on the floor. And they said they didn't want to lose me as a shampoo girl because I was the best shampoo girl they ever had. And I was like, but I didn't pay all that money to be a shampoo girl. So I'm giving my notice and I quit right then. Well, I gave them a week. So then I was like, oh geez, what do I do? So then I thought, oh, well, I'll go downtown, right, to the fancy salons. Then I worked at a upscale salon for about 2 weeks because I had to start again. Like, I had to prove myself, obviously. So I was starting again as an apprentice. So I was the shampoo girl for this one stylist, and she did teach me some things which I loved, but it wasn't enough because I was already feeling like I'm behind now. So I looked for another job, and I even applied to First Choice because I thought at that point, you know, just so everybody knows, First Choice is kind of like a walk in, walk out kind of get your hair cut, it's cheaper, whatever place. But I thought I would get experience, right? At that point, I wanted experience, I wanted education, just like everybody kind of seeks. And I actually stumbled upon, it was called Custom Cuts back then. We were called Custom Cuts. And Nikki owned it, and she hired me as the very first apprentice. And I mean, learning never stopped, right? Now I'm like 26 years later, I'm still learning.
What year was that?
2001.
Okay.
25 years. Yeah. 2001, just 2026. Yeah, that was a long time. And I've learned a lot and done a lot since then. But I didn't know what to look for. I left school feeling like I got a job from the freaking dean because I had the highest mark in the school. And I did what I was asked, right? And I thought I was like gonna make it. Whoa, it was like 2 years before I even had a client sit in my chair, really, because it was Nikki that decided to take the chance on me. 2 years. I could have been out of this profession and into something else because I would have given up, and I think a lot of people do.
Yes, definitely.
The reality is, and this is a stat from a few years ago, I'm not sure if it's quite the same, but they do say that 98% of hairdressers get a job out of school, but only 35% stay in the job. So to me, and experiencing it myself, that has to do with the salons out there. And look, if you can't afford, give time to, or want to help an apprentice, that's okay. I'm not saying you're bad. I'm saying don't do it then, right? Because these people are looking for more and they're looking for education. And that's super important that they get it. Because otherwise they'll just, well, the light goes out in your eyes and you're sad, right? Like that's the actual truth. So I'm glad that you guys found us. And Nikki and I experienced such crap in the beginning that we wanted something better, and that's why we only hire apprentices, and why we want to dedicate to education and help you guys grow. You guys are the future of the industry. You'll be in it long after I'm gone, right? So we only want the best for you guys. So we wanted to set up this salon as being that person that we can hire apprentices.
I love that.
Now, we can't hire them all. That's the thing, though, right? So we do have to pick and choose, and we can only have so many. We only have so many journeymen. So going back, you have to have a licensed person to the unlicensed person. So we can only carry so many that way as well. But we always wanted to help everybody doing education. Definitely. So I'm glad that you seemed like you went smooth, and really you did too. You only called 2 places. Why did you choose to call us?
I saw you guys on Job Bank, and I was just calling any salon basically.
Okay, yeah.
And then Kevin picked up the phone.
And 20 minutes later, he got off the phone. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I think he sat with you that first day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, after the phone call, I immediately emailed my resume to you guys.
Yeah. Talking to Kevin. I mean, I feel like you guys you have great stories for apprenticeship, because it is hard out there. And like you said, some of your people didn't even get an apprenticeship. Are they still looking, or are they?
Some of them I know have given up. Some of them kind of gave up for a year and then found a salon.
Yeah. And
now they're in the industry. But I do know that at least half of them aren't.
That's hard, right? That's hard. So I mean, and that's the other thing then, like me, even though I was still in it, but I felt like I was losing all my knowledge because if you don't use it, you'll lose it, right?
Exactly.
So that's hard too, because it's almost harder for the salon than they have to kind of, maybe it's not that hard, because if they're open and they're just like kind of relearning things, then maybe they'll be good. Yeah, for sure. So what is the best part about your apprenticeships?
I don't know, I'd say the education, being able to have someone to lean on if I need it. Because, I mean, in the beginning, I feel like most hairstylists can attest to this, that you're going to be unsure. No matter, you think you probably know the answer, but you just always want to double check in the beginning because you don't want to make a mistake. So,
yeah, absolutely, 100%. You doubt yourself even if you do know it, and really, you learn it. But until you do it a few times, just like anything else, right? Like you don't get too solid in your confidence until you've done it a few times, and then you get down to the point where your hair is different than my hair is different than Bella's hair. So a bob on you, a bob on me, and a bob on her is a different haircut. So as you get more practice and more things, and you get to learn that stuff. So those are nuances. But yeah, how about you?
I don't know. Maybe just playing with hair, like learning on hair. I love it. Like it doesn't even feel like working. It just feels like fun.
She's like, I get paid to do this.
Yeah, I get paid to play with hair. I love it.
What is, one thing that kind of surprised you about being in a salon and having an apprenticeship, in your apprenticeship?
I think I didn't realize how much math can go into making formulations, especially with our color line. I mean, it's, I think, a little bit more complicated if you look at it from the outside, but like once you know it, then it's like easy.
Yeah.
But it's not paint by number like you like to say.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a lot to it.
Yeah. But it keeps us creative, which is cool.
And that's the fun part.
And you can really, really like formulate to perfection.
Yeah.
So
Customize. Yeah. I agree. How about you? Anything surprise you?
Probably like how much we actually spend towards clients. Like you said, it was like 80% client based during the service and 20% like the actual service.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised to find out how much we actually do for the client, like during everything.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I don't think they really go into at school so much. When we talk about what Bella is saying is we talk about customer service is 80% of the job and doing the hair is 20%. So the color, the haircut, the blow dry, that's the 20%. But everything that we do for our guests, and not every salon does everything the same, but we try to do hand massages. We make sure that their wash, because that's the best part, is not 2 seconds. We make sure that we have some coffee and tea. We do tours here at our salon, just because we do have a big space to let them, be shown around. So those are all the other 80% kind of things that we do. And yeah, a lot of apprentices that come here, they don't seem to understand that point. They get the hair point and they want to learn more and more and more, and that's great. But it can't just be doing hair and then the client leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. It's surprising. And when I went to school many years ago, they definitely didn't teach us that. And Nikki and I built towards that separately and together, right? So yeah, I think that is surprising. I think you're right.
Yeah, and then we even have like the 8 steps for our clients. Like, we do so much for them.
Yeah. So we do 8 steps, which is like a consistent step of what we do with our guests, just to make sure that we're taking care of our guests the best we can.
And it's consistent.
And it's consistent, yeah. So we as a salon do that, and that's actually trademarked from Euphora, which is our product partner. and we follow those steps just to ensure that our guests get the best experience here. And so you have to learn that, right?
Yeah.
And at first it's overwhelming. You're trying to learn so much other things as well. But I think it's nice. So even, someday if you own your own salon or you leave, you'll carry that with you, because it's from hairdressers and it gives you a way to behave with your guests and make sure that they are served well.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing. But yeah, I think that it crept up on me because we took education and learned it. But I think for me too, I was surprised at how much customer service was involved. I was always shy. You guys are whatever, right? You are not. Now I'm not as much, but I used to be so shy, like I couldn't even order pizza. Like I couldn't even talk to people, but I want to do hair, and everybody thought, what the heck are you doing? Why are you doing hair? You can't talk to people. But talking one-on-one with a guest is quite different than, you're nervous, but it's quite different. And then when they leave feeling good, and then you feel good, you get past it. More and more you get past it. But the customer service side of it, when they walk in the door and you have to go up to them and be like, hello, of course you do. They're human beings. But that's a little bit scary. It was scary to me.
Too nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. But, really it shouldn't be. It's our house, so to speak. So we're welcoming them into our house. That's one thing that we're really good at, by the way. But it is nerve-wracking when you're first here. You're learning all this stuff. You're learning hair. You're learning 8 steps, customer service. Plus, you have to greet the clients,
And
right?
answer the phone.
And answer the phones and put yourself out there. It's a lot. It's a lot for new people. Being an apprentice is hard work.
I'd say it's a really good confidence boost, though. Like, because I did struggle with that a bit, so this definitely helped.
Yeah.
Gets you out of your shell.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the end of the day, we're in the business of beauty, but people, right? So that's why nobody could understand why I was going into it, because I couldn't even talk to people. But look at me now. Look what it does to you. Now no problem. And I just want that person to feel good here, right? And I've heard you talk about feeling safe and feeling good. You should feel good and safe in your salon as a guest and as a apprentice, right? So as an apprentice, hopefully you can chat with your salon owner. I know not all salons do one-on-ones. We do here, just to be sure that everything's good, we're on the same page, because stuff happens and sometimes you need to chat it out. And sometimes you want to get ahead in your career. So how do I get there? And if a salon owner doesn't know or don't have a path for you, then they can't help you, right?
Exactly.
So
It's so busy in the salon, so sometimes we don't even talk to each other for a couple hours. It's just so busy. I mean, we try to, but it's nice to have that meeting to kind of dial down and chat about what's going on.
recenter yourself too, because outside of work it's busy as well, right?
Exactly.
So and when you're an apprentice, you're definitely reaching towards something. That's 100% what you're doing. Your license, if anything, right? So yeah, it's a great way. That's a great way to tell if a salon is right for you. Ask if they have maybe one-on-ones or check-ins, or can I set a meeting with you if I need to, that type of thing. Because I think at the beginning of your career, you definitely need that. When Camila is one of our master stylists, and she gets about a half an hour because she doesn't need to. She's always like, if I need anything, I'll tell you. And I'm like, I know, but it's just to check in and go over numbers and everything like that. That's the other thing that I would ask you guys about, because I don't know that it happens a lot in our profession, and I could be wrong, just from my understanding. How do you feel about tracking your numbers? Because here we track our numbers, meaning how much we make in a week, how much retail we sell, how many guests we had, what guests pre-booked for their next appointments, that type of thing. How do you guys feel about those?
I mean, I love it. It's nice to be able to look back. I keep all of my sheets. Probably have 6 different sheets of all my numbers now. And it's nice to go back to when I first started. And actually yesterday I asked Camille to look for a paper for me, and she's going through her binder, and she found one from when she was like my level, so years and years ago, and she, I think, said like her service total was pretty low and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see it growing.
It is cool, right? And how do you know if you don't see it? You're just guessing. I think it's important for apprentices. I mean, we all do it here, no matter what level. And it's cool for Camille to see that, right? But it's very important for apprentices to see how they're doing.
Definitely.
You don't do it as much. You're getting there. You've done it a few times.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I like it. It's cool. Like, it'll be cool to look back when I'm like more experienced and see like the smaller numbers that I have. So yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And then like you say, like numbers always tell a story. So it's like when I was like less busy, and then when I get more busy.
Yeah. And the thing is, you can say, okay, so my pre-booking isn't that high this week, but what happened? We had a wedding party. Well, they're not going to pre-book. Maybe one, no. But it tells you a story. Okay, I'm okay. you know? Or, you know, we talked a little bit about retention, which is a big thing in a lot of client-based things. So you can kind of see how your retention is showing you what kind of clientele you're having, right? Like, it's moving up. If you're doing what we call the 8 steps, if you're pre-booking and doing all that stuff that you need to, it's showing you your retention is getting better and better and better, right? And stuff like that. So yeah, I'm glad you guys like it. Some people don't, because people are like, we're not numbers people, we're creative people. Well, we're doing formulations all the time though, right?
Yeah, but you need to be number people. I mean, it is a career. It's not just playing with hair.
Right. It's a profession, it's a career, that's right. It's not just a job. The job is the shampoo girl.
You need to have goals.
Yes, goals. Goals are very important in any profession, by the way. Yeah. Anything else you want to add to being an apprentice?
I don't know. I know I already said this. Just have fun with it.
Yeah, I think that's important.
It is number one important, because if you're not having fun, then it's going to feel like work.
Exactly.
One of you said it doesn't feel like work.
I think that was Bella.
Right. So that's the goal of life, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Like, we spend so much time at work. Isn't it great to have a great time at work?
Yeah,
That's
like
great.
when you finish a client and you're like, I can't believe I just got paid for that.
Right?
If you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I remember hearing that as a kid.
It's true. Yeah. And hey, the profession is wonderful. I will say there are some days, right?
Oh yeah.
There are some days you did something and it could be the best haircut, but something that inside you said it wasn't, and you're crying in the bathroom. That happens. You go home. Yeah. You go home and you're like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Please do not talk to me, because you just saw a guest that day, right? You're like, I need an hour to myself. There are things to our profession, but overall, it is an amazing profession, and we are so lucky to survive it.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And find something to thrive in.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, everybody, that's it for us. This was Bella and Megan, our apprentices. If you have any comments or want to reach out to us, Essence Salon and Sanctuary, please do. And we'll see you next week. Bye.